We are here with a High Elves and Wood Elves Battle Royale in the 8th of Lauren. This is what the board looks like before everyone gets placed. We have two forests jam-packed over to the side there. The white is a river, a regular building in the middle, and a regular bulwark. And then this is the Watchtower scenario, so pretty looking Watchtower in the middle. There is a wall you can kind of see down there by the skeleton pit, or the skull pit. And then up there in the corner is another forest. Okay, deployment done. We have Wood Elves over on the small side of the river. Nicola, you want to take us through your guys?
Alright, we have a Tree Man here. We have a Highborn and a Spellweaver with Lore of Life. We have a Great Eagle. We're using a High Elf Griffin. Here we have more Glade Guards, which are with Spell Singer. Then we have Way Watchers. Some Treekin, some Dryads, some Wild Riders, and some
Glade Riders.
Glade Riders.
Yeah. All right, on the other side of the table, we have the High Elves. Ivor, what do you got?
Two Great Eagles, unit of Spearmen with Archmage and Battle Standard Bearer, Phoenix Guard, Swordmasters, another unit of Swordmasters behind them, and then a unit of Spearmen with a level 2 Mage.
Nobody's in the tower to begin with, though the Wood Elves had the option. They're back here on the river. And we're back after High Elf turn 1. Entire turn is done. We had a little bit of movement up. The Spearmen moved up, both blocks. Eagle's kind of sitting right in there. The Swordmasters there jimmied around and are kind of facing the guys there. And then over here in the woods, this eagle flew up. For the purposes of this video, that eagle there looks exactly the same as the High Elves 2, except it's got a little plume of leaves on the top, and that will distinguish it. During High Elf magic, the High Elves cast Throne of Vines. That was successful. Attempted to cast, was it the Toughness spell?
Yeah, Flesh to Stone.
On the Phoenix Guard, and that did not go off, so Flesh to Stone did not go off. But whatever gives the regen, the 4+ regen on the closest group of Spearmen did go off. I think that was it for magic, wasn't it? Yes. Okay, so now we're going to Wood Elves, turn 1. Okay, this is the end of Wood Elves, turn 1. We have the Glade Riders moved up into that forest there. The Blood Knights are the Wild Riders. They also moved up. Looks like your Dryads moved and kind of started shimmying toward the middle of the board. Your the Wood Elves Treekin went through the river. It was turned out to be a river of light. Did the net of Amantak on him, and he made his strength check, no problem. The units of archers, mostly Glade Guard, just kind of shot at the Spearmen.
2 casualties.
Yep, two casualties. Actually, that's during the shooting phase, getting ahead of myself. The Tree Man moved over here just a little bit. There was an eagle there, and then during the magic phase, the I don't even remember what the name of your spell is. Call of the Hunt allowed the Tree Man to move up, charge the eagle, broke the eagle, and the eagle went off the board. Oh yeah, for the magic phase, it did go off of the irresistible force, didn't it? So that rendered the level 2 caster who cast it down there. What type of unit is she, Nicola?
What do you mean?
Right down there.
Spell Singer.
No, Spell Singer is no longer a wizard. She got all her wizard levels reduced, and the Throne of Vines was attempted to be cast from level 4, but that was dispelled, so that was about it for magic. During the shooting phase, we had some Swordmasters got picked off there from the woods, and just a few Spearmen went down. The regen save really saved their butts over there. And that's basically it for Wood Elves turn 1. Okay, this is the end of High Elf turn 2. For movement, we had these Spearmen, and the caster block moved up to the river. Eagle got right in front of those archers, but is not touching, kind of just screening there. We had the Swordmasters moved up. The Phoenix Guard garrisoned in the towers. They're technically winning right now for the scenario. We had the Spearmen moved up a little bit. And then right over here, sorry for the shaky cam, we had the Swordmasters charged the what kind of riders?
Wild Riders.
Wild Riders. Killed them in combat, pursued, overran into the flank of the Dryads. For magic, we had, let's see, in magic, the High Elves tried to cast regen on this group again. It was Dispel the Dispel Scroll. Shield of Safety was dispelled with the dice rolls on the Swordmasters. Flesh to Stone did get cast on these Swordmasters, so that's sitting there. Throne of Vines is still up. And then Flames of the Phoenix was cast on the Dryads, did 2 wounds, and that's going to sit on there until the Wood Elf dispels it. Okay, the end of the Wood Elf's turn. Let's see, we had the Eagle was in the front, basically got survived one barrage of archery, so painfully he had to do a second from the other group of Glade Guard. So they finally took the Eagle down. During movement, nothing else happened for the Wood Elves. Actually, the right down here, let me move this so you can see, but right down here was the Treekin charge the Swordmasters, right? They charged this turn?
Yes.
Yeah. During Magic, basically all of the dice went to dispel the effects that remains in play from the High Elves. I think as well during movement the Tree Man moved up. During close combat, the Swordmasters over here broken pursued and killed the. Well, those guys were Dryads, right? Yeah, those were the Dryads. The Swordmasters here killed the Treekin, and then the Eagle. I forgot to mention the Eagle came over and charged on the flank of the Spearman, and the Spearman just dealt with him with Speed of Assyrian before he could do anything back. Okay, this is the end of the High Elves' turn 3. During movement, we had probably start over here. The Spearman or the Swordmasters moved up, and the far ones got hit by the River of Light, got the net spell, but they made their strength check. These guys also tried to charge and. They fled. It was the closer guys. They are the Way Watchers. They fled. They also got netted, and they did not make their strength check. Nothing else really happened over here on the flank. Just a little bit of movement repositioning. Here, the Spearmen charged the Glade Guard, who stood and actually, they initially charged these guys who fled. Redirected the charge. These guys stood and shot. They did the Hail of Doom arrow, and then everyone else shot. Did tons of damage. However, going through the river, these guys got Barona's Time Warp, and so they had an extra attack. And they always strike first anyway, so it was a noble combat, but the Wood Elves were broke, and they pursued and caught them. And so those guys are done. They also had Earthbloods of 5-up regen save that happened in the Magic phase. They also had Flesh to Stone, which is sitting on them, so that helped their toughness. That was... I think all that actually made it through in the Magic phase because Throne of Vines was dispelled, and the Wizard tried to 2 dice regrowth. Irresistible Force went off, healed 2 guys, but then a whole bunch of guys took.
5 guys died.
Yeah, 5 guys died on his side, and then on because they were basically in base contact at that point. The detonation hit the Wood Elves as well. I think did 4 wounds or something like that. So that didn't help the Wood Elves, noble Wood Elves win the combat. Very quick turn. Basically, we had a rally over here by these Glade Guard. The other group did not ran off the board, so they're gone. The Tree Man's trying to book it to the tower as quick as he can. March. He's right by the water. And then the archers back there in the forest shot did 2 wounds on these spearmen. There was the only caster that remains is a level 0 caster, and then the Tree Man did not elect to even. We didn't even go to Magic phase. Didn't even roll for it. So moving on to this would be High Elf's turn 4. Okay, and a High Elf turn 4. We had the Spearmen charged the horses were over there in the woods. They won combat and broke them, ran off the board. They restrained and reformed. Over here, kind of a bloodbath. Just as expected, the Swordmasters on the flank of the Glade Guard did 10 wounds, broke them, but didn't catch them. So those guys are fleeing right there. Throne of Vines went up during the Magic phase. Regrowth was cast on the far Spearmen during the Magic phase. And really, for the Wood Elves, is looking pretty dire. But we'll see what this Tree Man can do, going up and knocking on the door of the tower. And then after this turn, we'll roll to see what the game ends. End of Wood Elf's turn. We'll cut right to the chase. Movement was charged the building. There was no magic except to dispel Throne of Vines. And the Tree Man did 3 wounds, I believe, 4 wounds, 2 wounds, and broke them out of the building, and is standing there now. He can't enter, but the game did not end, so the High Elves have one more turn to either be closer or in the building. Well, the game's over. The end of the High Elves' turn. High Elves basically all get to Isengard, Treebeard stomping around here. So they all turned, everyone who could. There was a whole bunch of failed leadership tests on the Swift reforms, but at the last second, the mage cast a Hail Mary Dwellers, and the tree man rolled a 6 and got dragged down. So he's instant dead, never to come back. And the rally cry from the single Wood Elf guy didn't make it, but it was pretty fun to watch. So good game, and victory to the High Elves.